Itamar Marcus, your organization, Palestinian Media Watch, recently published a report about the Red Cross. Can you tell briefly what it was about?
Palestinian Authority pays monthly salaries to all terrorists who are in prison. And to do this, they write into their regulations, into their own laws, that the prisoners have to have certain forms signed by the Red Cross, and the Red Cross brings these forms to the Ministry of Prisoners, and then they can get their salaries. So the Red Cross is playing a central role in facilitating illegal payments to Palestinian terrorists in prison.
Yeah, just to give a little bit of context, because the paying of salaries by the Palestinian authorities to convicted terrorists in Israeli jail is not new. It's already going on for years. It's also something that Palestinian Media Watch is exposing. But what makes this finding about the Red Cross more shocking, so to say?
What made us do this special report on the Red Cross is because since the October 7th Hamas massacre of Israelis and their atrocities, Israel has not allowed the Red Cross to visit Palestinian terrorists in prison. And this ended up creating a crisis for the Palestinian Authority because they couldn't sign the forms. And they spoke about it in the newspapers, and in fact the Kadura Fares, who's the head of the Palestinian Authority Commission of Prisoners, said on TV that the form that's done by the Red Cross is the most important form for enabling the terrorists to get their salaries. All of a sudden, we realized that the terrorists can't even get their salaries without Cross. The Red Cross is playing a central role. So we decided to focus in this report not on the PA, who is criminal for rewarding the terrorists, but the Red Cross, who is criminal for enabling the Palestinian Authority to reward the terrorists.
Yeah, one of the findings that you also presented in your report was that Palestinian prisoners get a lifelong salary if they're sentenced for 5 years or more in the jail. Can you share something about that?
Right. So the Palestinian Authority salaries work as follows. As soon as a terrorist is arrested, he starts getting 1,400 shekel a month, which would be, I would say, about somewhere in the area of 300 or 350 euro a month. The longer he's in jail, the salary goes up. In other words, the worse the terrorist, the salary goes up, eventually reaching 12,000 shekel, which is, I guess, close to 3,500 euro, 3,500 euros a month. Now, if a terrorist who's in jail for more than 5 years, the Palestinian Authority rewards him that even when he's freed, he continues to get that same salary for life. And that's something that is outrageous. And it needs the Red Cross to approve that he or she was in jail for more than 5 years. And that's why this comes up, because literally in the Palestinian Authority laws, it says to prove that you are in jail for more than 5 years, you have to bring the forms of the Red Cross.
Now, the Palestinian Media Watch presented this report. What was the reaction of the Red Cross to it?
The Red Cross responded to the media saying that the form that they bring is a standard form that they bring to all prisoners, and they're not doing this for the purpose of playing a role in paying the salaries. Now, our response to that is very straightforward. First of all, it's not just that standard form which they talked about in their response, which confirms that the prisoner's in jail. There's a second form in Palestinian Authority law, and it's a power of attorney form, which enables the terrorists to appoint someone to open a bank account for him in order to receive the salaries. Now, that is not the form that the Red Cross said is standard. That's not a standard form. In fact, the Palestinian Authority Commissioner of Prisoners said on television that this particular form is only used for the purpose of paying the salaries.
So there's more going
the Red
on.
Cross, there's much more going on. And in addition, even if the Red Cross does this routinely with other prisoners, in Palestinian Authority law, these forms have to be brought to the prisoner in the beginning, before they're convicted, once every 3 months. Once every 3 months. I am sure that the Red Cross isn't visiting prisoners around the world once every 3 months. They're doing this as a service to enable Palestinian terrorists to get their salaries.
Yeah. One final question, very short. What do you hope is going to change in the coming time?
I'm hoping that, like I said, the Red Cross, which has not visited Israeli hostages, has been prohibited by Israel from visiting Palestinian terrorists in prison. I'm hoping that the Israeli government will announce to the Red Cross and notify them that they have to commit not to fill out these forms for the Palestinian Authority anymore because they're illegal under Israeli law. It's illegal because the salaries under Israeli law are defined as promoting terror, encouraging economic incentives for terror. And if this is an economic incentive for terror, it's against Israeli law. And Israel has to announce to the Red Cross, you bring those in, you're not going to be visiting prisoners anymore.
For your explanation. Itamar Marcus from Palestinian Media Watch.
Thank you.